Sims 1. I think I did okay. The roof is looking a little bit strange. Sorry, my mouse is... I need to get a new mouse because it does not want to do the turnaroundy thing at all anymore. The wheel on the mouse seems to be a bit busted. I don't know what happened to it, but I need to get myself a new computer mouse. Let me see if I can turn myself back. There we go. Finally. Yeah, the roof is looking a little funky, but that's how it looked. I tried to get it as close to the original build as possible. So let's have a look at the different rooms. So this is like the hallway slash living room, and I think this is probably the best view. We have this, which is like the piano. We don't have a piano like the ones we had in The Sims 1, in The Sims 4. But this is like as close to it as I could get. We have a bookcase, a blue two-seat sofa, and let me turn off that for a second. In the original, there's like a side table here with a lamp, and then there's a aquarium. And in The Sims 1, there were aquariums that like stood on the floor. I'm going to try to insert pictures into the video. Hopefully you can see a picture of the room right now so you know what I'm talking about. This flooring actually is pretty accurate. It looks pretty close to the original flooring. It's probably the one that's the closest, I think. Then I tried to get as close to the original wallpaper as I could. It's okay, I think. Let's move on to the bedroom. Bella and Mortimer's bedroom. Sorry for the mouse struggling. It's a very simple room, just a bed and a side table and a lamp. inside. First of all, just look at these chairs being very randomly placed. I am quite happy with this fountain. It's quite close to the original. It's a bit bigger, but that's okay. I do really wish that they would make this size tables in The Sims 4, like a 2x3 square table. I had to put together two 1x3 tables to make this. I do miss the big square tables. And then of course here's the graveyard. I don't know if you've noticed, but I put all the bushes and trees facing the same way, and I've used the grid heavily because of course in The Sims 1 everything had to be placed in the grid, like you couldn't put anything like, you know, like this. You couldn't just put it anywhere. You had to have it be inside the squares, and not even like half squares. It had to be inside the squares, so not like that, but it had to be like that or like that. There was no half squares, if that makes sense. So I actually had the grid on whilst decorating, just to make sure. I did that. These trees are a bit too big though. The trees in The Sims 1 used to be so small. I don't know why they made them like that. Maybe it was hard to model bigger trees back then. I don't know. Now this is Cassandra's room. Alexander Goth didn't exist in The Sims 1. There was just Cassandra. At least not in the vanilla one. Like the original The Sims 1. I don't know. No, I don't think he did exist in The Sims 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he did. I wish we had doll houses that were the same size as in The Sims 1. Basically, they were this size, like 1 square big. These are like 6. Well, 4, I guess. 4 squares, and then you have to have space to sit, so yeah. Of course, you would have to have that for this one as well, so it's technically 2 squares. But yeah, you know. I do miss the small doll houses. Yeah, that's really it. It's not a very big build. The original Goth house is not very big. But funnily enough, like back when I was a kid, playing The Sims 1, I used to think it was super big and like a cool house. So, in my Patreon video, I just showed my patrons when I built this. But then afterwards, I actually did a version of this house where I kind of redecorated it and made it more like the way I would decorate this house in The Sims 4. Also, like, I forgot to say, but this is so strange to me. I guess it's because the table is here, but why is there no fence here? It just looks so weird to me. Yeah, anyway, so now we're going to jump to a different lot where I'm going to show you the renovated version of this build. Alright, so I think that you'll be able to see straight away that quite a lot has changed. I still decided to keep a lot of things very similar so that it would be recognizable, but I changed things around. As well, I also actually added a bathroom to the second floor. So I've added a new room up here. I've also put a chimney up here. I think the graveyard looks pretty much the same. I've put the easel out here. And I've like turned the bushes and trees around a little bit so that they don't look so strange. I've also rounded the corners of this like flower bed thing, but otherwise the garden's pretty similar actually. From the outside it's pretty similar. I have changed the color of the walls and like the doors and the windows and everything. And I've also put it up, like there's now, the house is now on a foundation, which it didn't used to be. Sorry, my mouse is giving me troubles again, but yeah, you can see that. It now has a foundation. I've also added like a fountain around this fountain because I think that's how you're supposed to use this in The Sims 4. It's not supposed to just be standing on its own. I don't think so. I also changed this. I think I put white trims on the roof. I don't think I changed the color. I might have done. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look back at the other house, but I can't tell right now. Let's go down to the first floor. I'm gonna get rid of the grid again, so you'll probably be able to recognize the house still, but I've just sort of updated it a bit. So let's start with the same room as before. Let me turn a little bit. So this is the same painting. I don't know if you saw that, but it is. It's also the same floor, and the walls are still blue, but they are painted now instead of wallpaper. I made the bookshelf that used to sit here into a hanging bookshelf on the wall instead. I changed the color of the keyboard, and I put like a TV corner here. And the aquarium has been turned into a fishbowl in the corner. Oh, I forgot to show you actually the aquarium that I had in the original, like the remake Goth house. Wait. Okay, so the fish tank that I had in, or the fish bowl that I had in my remake was this one, which I thought was very accurate, like very appropriate. It's like a little Halloween one, but I thought it was so appropriate in the Goth house. I'm sure you can see why. So that was the aquarium that I had used. Okay, back to this build though. I think you'll be able to see that I've tried to match the colors and everything throughout, like the house. It's quite a colourful house actually. Here's the kitchen. Well, the walls are grey, but I kind of kept the same come on, trying to turn. The teal tones are still there. The Laura's room is looking a lot better, I think. I still have the dollhouse, I believe it's the same one still. We still have the toy crate, the toy box, but it's over here instead, and I actually moved the easel outside like I told you earlier, and I have a kids like creative table here instead, because kids can actually not paint on easels in The Sims 4, so we have this thing instead. I've basically just put a lot more things in, made it a lot cozier, and removed that horrible bed. There's also a